Great.
Ok.
Take all your time.
Ok.
No problem. Allora, introduciamo l'intervista con il maestro Dario Romero. Abbiamo 6 domande che mi inizio a presentare. Allora, Dario Romero, parlaci di te, della tua persona, non del regista, ma delle tue passioni, degli interessi, la persona che sei.
I'd like to know something about Romero as a man. First, about your hobbies, interest, those things. Not only about the director, but about the man.
I think a very simple man. I mean, I have my wife and I have 2 birds, and we play Scrabble, and we like to cook and eat and travel, and that's basically it. I mean, I don't live and breathe the genre. You know, I really try to get away from it whenever possible. My hobbies, I think, of course, old movies. I love looking at old traditional cinema. We have a television channel called Turner Classic Movies, and they are always showing, you know, wonderful old films, and I have a collection, big collection of films. But other than that, we love to travel. We have a little place in Mexico, and we live in Toronto, and so we have 2 different climates. That's it. Very simple life, aside from outside of the world of film.
You are a great person.
Allora, considerando i film di Romero che l'hanno reso famoso, i più famosi ovviamente è il tema legato agli zombie, noi sappiamo che la comunicazione è stato un filo conduttore in base per tutti i suoi film, dalla notte dei morti viventi, che è stata la radio in zombie, che è stata la televisione, e negli altri capitoli arrivando pure fino a social network. Cosa può dire?
Communication has always been a link between your films, radio, telephones, social network, and also the lack of communication. What can you tell us about that, about this link?
Well, first of all, I'm happy that you see it. I get it. Because a lot of people don't, you know. That's been that's my biggest complaint in life, is understand each other. People remove themselves from one another instead of trying to unify. People instead choose to distinguish themselves. You know, I think it's one thing to have a certain belief, or even a religion, but it's another thing to just want to show it. I don't like people that show it, whether it's a Hasidic Jew or a woman with a burqa. I think, get rid of it, you know, just get rid of all the things that make us different and try to make us closer to being the same, you know. So, okay, thank you.
Ora vogliamo parlare di un altro film che Dario Romero ha diretto insieme a Dario G. Si tratta del film uscito nel 1990 che è Due occhi diabolici, Two Evil Eyes with Dario G. from Edgar Allan Poe. Cosa vuol dire riguardo di questo film e la collaborazione con Dario Argento? You have worked with Asia Argento in Land of the Dead, and Dario Argento is your great friend. Okay. Se puoi dire qualcosa riguardo questo?
Can you say us about this film, some stories, or information about it?
Degli aneddoti che si sanno della discussione.
Stories, I mean, funny stories, I don't know. I I don't know. I know that I'll tell you one story about Dario. When he called me, first when we did zombie together, Dawn of the Dead. He was producer, I was director. And we had an understanding that he was going to change the film to make it what he thought would be more popular in European audiences. And it was great, you know. I could use Goblin, some Goblin, all Goblin, some, you know. And he let me make the film that I wanted to make. And so I said, fine, you can change it and do what you want to do with it. But he wasn't there. He wasn't in Pittsburgh when we were shooting it. Now, when we shot Two Evil Eyes, all of a sudden he was in Pittsburgh for that whole production, and he used Tom Savini and a lot of the Pittsburgh crew people. And all we wanted, every time we wanted to go out to dinner, well, first of all, there's this story. He said, first when he called me up and said, let's make this film together, I thought, great, I can get to shoot in Italy or in Rome, and, you know, and he said, no, I want to shoot in Pittsburgh. So I said, same old story. But the reason he wanted to shoot in Pittsburgh is because he thought that, you know, when Italian films get, the voices are basically a single track on top of everything else, and the sound effects are separate. And he thought that because when you shoot in America, you automatically get the sound of the street and the taxi cabs and the horns and everything. He thought that was somehow automatic, and we had to tell him, no, you also have to put that in if you want it. You can't.
Thank you.
So that was one story. But also I have to say, all he wanted to eat was buffalo chicken wings. Wings. He would say, wing.
Allora, in Italia scrivo per il sito ZNation.it, che è una serie TV ispirata agli zombie. ZNation si rifà molto al cinema di genere, ispirandosi agli zombie di Dario G. Volevo chiedere se lui conosce questa serie TV e nel caso la conoscesse cosa ne pensa. Se non la conoscesse lo invitiamo a guardarla.
ZNation is a TV series that takes a lot of inspiration from your movies and your zombies, obviously. We wanted to know if you knew this TV series and what you think about it.
It's an American TV series produced by Asylum.
I'm sorry, by
Asylum is the same producer of don't know the film Sharknado.
I don't know. Sorry.
No problem. Che li invitiamo allora a guardare.
I don't watch television. I really don't. I watch old movies. That's about all. I don't like being influenced. You know what I mean?
There is no problem.
I don't care. I have never seen one episode of Game of Thrones, and I just don't watch.
This is my film, ZArea.
Okay.
It's for you. It's a little short movie, only 10 minutes. If you want to watch this episode. La penultima domanda. Allora, quali sono i progetti futuri di George Romero? Avremo un nuovo film che produrrà?
What are your future projects?
I don't know. I think maybe, I don't know. I hope it's very hard now to finance a small zombie film because, Brad Pitt and The Walking Dead have basically killed it. Hard to find financing for a small film. So I don't know. I have a comic book series that I did for Marvel, just finished it, Empire of the Dead. and maybe that's going to go to television, maybe. And if it does, I'd like to write it. I don't know that I want to direct, but I'd like to write it. And I'm also writing right now a screenplay for a remake of one of my earliest films, Jack's Wife, Season of the Witch, because I think that I never had enough money when we made that movie, and the acting is not so good, and I'd love to remake that. I also think I can contemporize it. That's it. I have a project based on a novel that was written by a friend of mine called The Zombie Autopsies. And that's basically it. I'm working on Season of the Witch, and I'm hoping that Empire of the Dead will. I just finished Empire. In fact, I still have work to do because they're doing all the books in one hardbound volume, so I have to work on that a little bit, but almost finished.
Perfetto, quindi prima dell'ultima domanda, che poi abbiamo concluso, se puoi dire semplicemente che lui rappresenta per me l'icona, l'ispirazione, è il mio mito assoluto, e che ho aspettato 20 anni, nel 2005, per portare mia moglie a vedere un film horror, La Terra dei Morti Viventi. Questa è la scemata.
You are you are the idol, and he waited 20 years just to get his wife to the cinema to see Land of the Dead.
With my wife. First thing, with my wife.
Oh, really? Oh, boy. Okay.
Hey, man, scary, but
She didn't leave.
No. She's in here because I don't like her. Per concludere l'ultima domanda, cioè non è una domanda, ma questa è un'eredità che noi condivideremo con tutti i fans, non italiani ma a livello globale. Questa è un'eredità che George Romero ci lascerà, perché noi gli chiediamo che cosa vuole dirci a riguardo del suo cinema, cosa vuole lasciarci per quello che lui ha fatto come lavoro, e la più grande responsabilità che ha è questa: se scoppiasse un'apocalisse zombie, cosa possiamo fare per sopravvivere?
We ask you to give us an heritage, give an heritage to all your fans, worldwide fans, and a message about your cinema, about your movies, and a question and advice. If we will find in a zombie apocalypse, what we should do in order to survive.
Give me a break over here. No, I tell you, what I'm going to do, if the apocalypse ever happens, I don't think it will.
Okay.
But if it happens, I'm going to go to Max Brooks's house, because he's got all the weapons and he's ready to defend.
Ok, quindi facciamo tesoro di quello che George ci ha appena detto. Per noi l'intervista è conclusa e adesso chiediamo if you possible to say
Of course. Oh, sure. Thank you. You have a marker? I think